Hello everybody, it's Non-Scene News here, and today we've got a lot of broken updates today. So the first news is coming from the Russian president. So the Russian president, Vladimir Putin, has congratulated Kim Jong-un on the DPRK's anniversary, so North Korea's anniversary, and he actually vows to strengthen ties. The Russian president sent a telegram to Kim Jong-un on the 76th anniversary of the DPRK's founding. In his message, Putin highlighted the strong relationship between Moscow and Pyongyang, emphasizing its foundation in friendship. He also expressed confidence that the two countries will continue strengthening their comprehensive strategic partnership. China also stated some statements about the DPRK's anniversary, and we'll get into that later into the video. And Xi Jinping made some huge statements, so keep tuned for that. We've also gotten some news coming from, still from Putin. So Vladimir Putin held a briefing session with the permanent members of the Security Council via video conference. So we can see here in the bottom left corner, you can see Putin attending a video conference. One of the topics that were brought up apparently was the control of the airspace above the Russian Federation was brought up on the agenda. So I'll keep you updated on that. And probably one of the biggest news today is that we got news that Russia will use Iranian ballistic missiles against Ukrainian energy infrastructure, writes the Financial Times. This prediction was made to the publication by the former Ukrainian Defense Minister, Andriy. He stated that the Iranian missiles pose a huge threat, and they will most likely be used to destroy Ukraine's energy systems, particularly in cities, he said. Additionally, the missiles will be used by Russia to target the infrastructure of Kharkiv and Sumy, as well as other military objectives along the front line. Intelligence officials told the FT that the supply of short-range Iranian missiles will allow Russia to redirect its hypersonic Kinzhal missiles to strike targets deeper within Ukraine. We've also, probably again one of the biggest news today, is that two members of Nato have stated that Russia has violated its airspace. These two countries are Latvia and Romania. So, NATO members Romania and Latvia are accusing Russia of violating its airspace with military drones. So, a Russian drone has reportedly crashed in Latvia. It apparently came from Belarus, the Latvian defense minister stated. So this is probably what we're looking like right now, probably a bit more closer to Latvia. So the Latvian president also stated that we are in close contact with our allies. The number of such incidents is growing on NATO's eastern flank, and we must address them together, he wrote. The Latvian armed forces detected the drone's entry in their country and monitored its movements and determined the crash site. According to the parliamentary information, the drone was not targeting any objects in Latvia and did not intend to enter the country at all. So I'll keep you updated on that. And obviously we talked about Romania. So Romania stated that a Russian drone violated Romanian airspace during last night's attack on Ukraine. Also, Romania suggested that a Russian drone entered the Romanian airspace. So I'll keep you updated on that. We've also got news coming from the Belarusian Security Council. So the Belarusian Security Council of Belarus suggested that Ukraine has concentrated about 14,000 troops near the border of Belarus. We've also got some news coming from Zelensky. So Zelensky presents a Ukraine's victory plan to the US. So the US congressman. So he stated this, what I'm about to say. In particular, we talked about the victory plan for Ukraine, about some of its details, and we'll present all of these steps to the President Biden and both presidential candidates, Trump and Harris, he said. So Zelensky's not just only showing Biden, as he said, the Ukraine's victory plan, he's also going to show Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. So, very interesting statements. And we've also got a news coming from the Crimean Bridge. So we've got some images, we've got some photos of the Crimean Bridge. So the Crimean Bridge is apparently gradually deteriorating due to the damage from recent attacks, according to the ATESH partisan groups. So the structural deterioration is occurring, and there has been a reduction in Russian air defense on the peninsula, making the bridge more vulnerable to further attacks, according to Ukrainian sources. So you can see here in the bottom left corner, this is the only really photos we've got. We've got that the bridge was. You can see some things are a bit wrong with it. So that's the only news about that. I don't think it will completely collapse. I don't know, but very interesting news, and I'll keep you updated on that. We've also got news that the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz said that he had agreed with the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on Russia's participation in the Second Peace Summit. According to Scholz, the Chancellor of Germany, the time has come to discuss how to achieve peace as soon as possible. Zelensky has repeatedly said that the whole world, including Ukraine, wants to see Russia at this summit, at the Second Peace Summit. Now we've gotten the full results. This is a bit of a sideline, but Ukraine has finished the 2024 Paralympic Games in 7th place. China came first, Great Britain came second, third US, fourth Netherlands, fifth Brazil, Italy then next, Ukraine, then France, then Australia, then Japan. So very interesting news. And now let's go to Hungary. So we got some very interesting news. Hungary has reiterated that its intention to send migrants to Brussels. So the Hungarian government has made it clear that they are serious about implementing plans to provide asylum seekers with a free one-way travel to Brussels, so Belgium. This move by the Hungarian authorities is intended to put pressure on the EU, urging it to drop the hefty fines imposed on Hungary for its restrictive asylum policies. At a peace conference in Budapest, a state secretary for migration stated that the EU wants to force Hungary to allow illegal migrants to cross its border. And he stated that if Brussels want illegal migrants, Brussels can have them. So, very big statements from Hungary. And the Hungarian authorities are very serious about this. So, Hungarian authorities have booted up and are offering illegal migrants a free ticket on a regular bus to Brussels. So, it's very big statements, and this is probably going to further the reduction of EU and Hungarian relations. We've also got news coming from Germany that the German Air Force has announced the training of a fourth group of Ukrainian air defense troops on the Patriot system in Germany. So if you can see here in the bottom left corner, you can see the training of Ukrainians on the German Patriot system. So if you can see here in the bottom left corner, you can see them training, getting used to the system, and learning how to effectively shoot down enemy projectiles. Now let's head to Sweden. So Sweden's largest international airport in Stockholm temporarily suspended its flights overnight after drones were spotted nearby. Earlier, 4 drones were detected approaching the airport. Additional reports from the night before indicated that the drones had been sighted near the city of Uppsala, which is situated north of Stockholm, according to some Swedish newspapers. So the airport in Sweden and Stockholm had to temporarily pause in its positions. We've also got an update on Zelensky's meeting to Rome. So the Ukrainian president, as we talked about yesterday, visited Rome, where he met with the Italian Prime Minister Meloni to mediate with the US regarding the transfer of Patriot air defense systems to Ukraine. Zelensky hopes Italy's G7 presidency will help influence Washington's decision. So, Zelensky visited Italy to try and convince America to transfer another Patriot system. Now let's head to Keir Starmer. As we talked about in the yesterday video, Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister, visited Dublin. So The reason of this visit is to reset of relations. Reset of relations. British Prime Minister visits Ireland for the first time in 5 years on Saturday, September the 7th, promising to reset relations between neighbouring countries which were strained by Brexit. The Irish Prime Minister Simon Harris welcomed Starmer in Dublin, after which the two shook hands and proceeded to talk. According to Harris, so the Irish Prime Minister, the meeting between the two leaders aimed to clarify what a reset of relations should actually look like, emphasizing that it should be based on things like peace, prosperity, mutual respect, and friendship. So, very big news. Now let's head to Algeria. So Algeria declares President Tebboune, I think I'm pronouncing that right, Tebboune, election winner with 95% of the votes. So Algerian authorities declared the President Tebboune the overwhelming winner of Saturday's election on Sunday. Now let's head to Syria, where Israel has conducted a huge airstrike on a Syrian research center located in the city of Masav in the Syrian province of Hama. So far, 5 people have been reportedly killed and 15 people injured as a result of the strike. So we've got some videos of this strike. So apparently, this research center apparently produced some military hardware, some military things for Hezbollah. So we'll get more clarifying information about that in probably next video. Now let's head to another big thing that happened on Israel's border. So at this very bridge here. So the breaking news is that 3 Israelis were killed in Jordan Valley during a terrorist attack at this bridge crossing right here on the border with Jordan. Around 10 o'clock, a truck driver arrived at the King Hussein Elbai Bridge crossing and opened fire from his pistol at point-blank range at Israeli employees working at the crossing, at this very crossing. The attack resulted in 3 deaths of Israelis. The attacker was eliminated shortly after. The attacker was a truck driver with a Jordan citizenship. So, Prime Minister Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, stated that we are surrounded by criminals who want to kill us all. This is pretty big statements. This is a difficult day, and we're surrounded by deadly ideologies led by the Iranian axis of evil, stated by Benjamin Netanyahu. Also, we've got some big news coming from the Ethiopian Prime Minister. So, the Ethiopian Prime Minister warned Somalia and Egypt that anyone who threatens Ethiopia will be militarily destroyed. The threat comes after news surfaced of an Egyptian special forces being deployed in Somalia. So, tensions continue to rise in Africa, and if we remember, it was quite a bit ago, it was a couple of videos ago now, like 4 or 5 videos ago, we had news that Ethiopia decided to deploy heavy weapons on the border of Somalia. So tensions continue to rise. We've also got news coming from Yemen that the Houthi forces have shot down another US-made MQ-9 Reaper in the northwestern Yemen. So Houthi military spokesman announced that the Houthis successfully shot down a US-made MQ-9 Reaper drone conducting reconnaissance over the northern province of Yemen. This marks the 8th Reaper drone downed by Houthi forces last fall. So, very big news. Now let's head to Iran really quickly. We've got some quick statements that Iran is interested in the Mi-26 and other Russian helicopters to update their search rescue fleet. So Iran is interested in buying Mi-26 helicopters, and if you don't know what they are, I'll probably put a picture of it in my bottom left corner here. So they're huge helicopters that are able sometimes to pick up planes and like huge amounts of equipment. So Iran is interested in buying at least 2 of these helicopters right now, and there'll be more purchases of these helicopters pretty soon. And they've also stated that they want to buy other Russian helicopters to update their search rescue fleet. So Iran's going to buy some Russian helicopters. And the other big news is that a border clash between Pakistan and Afghanistan has apparently started again. So at least 4 people were injured in the clashes between Taliban and Pakistani forces in a disputed border area between the two countries. TOLO News reported, and we've actually got some videos of this. So if you can see here, bottom left corner, we can see the fighting between the two countrymen, the two countries. So very big news. We've also got news come from India that India is strengthening its nuclear arsenal with the AGNI test. So India has successfully test-fired the NGNI-4 missile with a range. This missile has a range of 4,000 kilometers on September the 6th. So they're launching some nuclear-abled nuclear carriers. So very interesting news. We've got some news from China. So the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi will travel to Russia to attend a BRICS security meeting scheduled for September the 11th to September the 12th. And the big news, we're talking about Kim Jong-un and the anniversary of North Korea. So Xi Jinping stated that it is ready to develop a strategic cooperation with the DPRK, so North Korea. So the Chinese leader stressed that the two countries are close neighbors, bound by strong ties of friendship that only grow stronger with time. This year, China and the DPRK celebrate a new important anniversary, the 75th anniversary of diplomatic relations. And as I said before, China is ready to develop strategic cooperation with North Korea. Now, the last news is coming from the US. So Elon Musk has cut Mars landing time in half, aiming for a 2027 launch. So the Tesla billionaire Elon Musk has significantly accelerated the timeline for sending humans to Mars, now aiming for manned missions as early as 2027. So this is very interesting news, and I'll keep you updated on that. And thank you very much for watching. I am Non-Seen News. I'll try and provide you news that medias around the world do not show you. I do these videos hopefully daily, so consider subscribing and liking. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.